Okay, well this one here we're going to do today is going to be the same lecture that I've been giving you in class time. We're going to start with our first drawing, and with that we are going to go ahead and create it and learn how to center up our drawing. So once again, we're going to open up our format, and we're going to have four spaces. Now, I've got these extra things floating up here so I can refer to them. This is what we're going to be working on, right here. You're going to need your good little cheat sheet here that I have. This is the format length, the format height. Here's the direction. There's your formula. We're going to do this set of drawings across here. And you should have all your math. I don't have your math up because you should have that written down and you should be able to refer to that without any problems. So we're going to go through and I'm going to refer to these things here as we go on. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off and we're going to go to our zero layer. And we are going to do an offset. And we are going to start in box 1 and we're going to do this drawing right here. Okay, that's the drawing we're going to do. Now, what I'm going to do here is hopefully you'll be able to see this information here as I'm doing it here. So I'm in the zero layer, I picked offset. First thing I want to do is come down here. I want to go L for layer, and I want it to be our current layer because see right here, we're in the red and I don't want things to be in this other area. So the first one I'm going to do is my X measurement. So my X measurement for the first one is 1.58. And I will pick this line and come over. Now I'm going to do the Y. I'm always going to do my X and Y's first. And my Y on this is 0.73. So I'm going to go here. Now, this little point here, that represents that corner here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a fillet. I'm going to go from here to here. And then I'm going to just do a trim and get rid of this. I do this so that I do not have to worry about these lines going into this other way, this area. Okay, now with this, you know what, I'm going to see if I can move this down just a little hair to see if you can see it easy enough. A second. Oops. Let me undo what I just did. It's been one of those days, guys. Trying to get this as close as possible without going over top of it. Okay, so now we're in here. So the next thing I'm going to do is work this way. I already got my X, so I need my length, my X, my width, my X. So I'm going to do my offset. My length here is going to be 2 inches. And I'm going to go from here over. Do my offset. I'm going to do my X, which is 1.58. I'm going to take here and go over. I'm going to do my next one. I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to do my width. And my width on this one is 1.25. Now I'm going to start working up. We already got the Y. See the Y's here? Now I'm going to do my height. And my height on this one is 1.25. And I thought I had trimmed this. That's right, I did the undo on that, didn't I? Okay, so I got my Y, I got my height. I need my Y again. See my Y in here? 0.73. And I need to do my width again. And my width on this is 1.25. Now, please, you don't have to do this. I am doing this just so you can see what I am talking about. I am going to go in here with my paper layer because paper's not going to print in our class. And I'm going to come in and just do a rectangle. I'm going to pick from here to here because I really want you to see what I'm talking about. I do not want you to not see it. So there's going to be my front, my top. There's my side. Front, top, side. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'd like you to make sure you start using this projection, the 45 degree. The first line, boy oh boy, my computer is lagging today. My first line of this, the top view, and the first of my side view, I come over. The first is our distance. You see in the blue, I really don't care about the distance. I'm hitting tab, but I want 45 degrees. And that's going to be there. You know what? I want to peek at something here. I think this did not take it. Look at this. That would have been catastrophe. Messed that one up big time. Be careful on your snaps. As you can see, I almost messed that up. All right, so our front view. What is our front view? Let's look at this. See this right here? This is an L shape. And we've got 2 boxes over, 2 boxes up. So those are both 0.5 because each of these boxes are 0.25. So I'm going to come down here to my front view. And now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave myself there. I'm going to go offset 0.25. Oops, 0.5 because it's 2 boxes. Sorry, 0.5. I'm going to come from here over and here up. And I'm going to go ahead and put myself in the object layer. And I'm going to draw what I see now. So I can come in here and draw my L shape. And you know what's going to help once I put this.
Mr. Reyes, are you still on campus? If you are, please call the front office.
As you can see, I'm working at school, so I love the interruptions. Okay, so there is my L shape. That's what I'm looking for right there. See the L shape? Now I'm going to work on this side. See, I've got one little box, another box, a box back here, and I have this like side with this fat chunky U shape. So let's come over here to this. If you want to get technical, we can already see the big area here. And I'm going to go do an offset. Now remember, I'm going to go L for layer. And this time I'm going to do source. Because of these guys here, I want the red lines to come over. So I'm going to count over, and it was 1.5 blocks. So that'd be 0.375. And I'm going to take this red line here, come in. I'm going to take this red line here and come in. And I'm going to use my line so you can see from here to here. And I'm going to do this. Do my other line from here to here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go and turn one of my snaps off that I don't really need for this. The geometric center, I definitely don't need at this point. I'll keep the other ones on. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, there's my 3 blocks. See that? There's my 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this U shape. Look, it comes over 1 box and down 1 box, so that's 0.25. So over here, I'm going to do my offset, 0.25. Take this one here, come in. Take this one here, come in. Take this one down. And I'm going to take my line from here to here to this one to here, 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 and down. That's what I have going on. So there's my information on that. Now this is what I want you to understand with this projection line. We're going to go ahead and trim just so you can see it. You don't have to do this as long as you understand what you're doing. I'm going to trim that out so you can actually see. And I'm now going to go ahead and copy. I'm going to take this guy here from this intersection or endpoint to the endpoint to the endpoint to the endpoint, and once again. So I have all this set up here. Let me see what's going on here. We'll put that right back. That one just looked kind of like it was off. So now I have this top view. So if we come back up here to look at this top view, you're going to see this big C shape. You're going to see this little rectangle, and this little rectangle. So let's put in what we can. Remember this C shape, and check this out. This C shape comes back 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So this is coming back a whole inch. So let's come over here and let's take a look at this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this rectangle from here to here. You know what? I'm going to turn off midpoint because that's driving me crazy too. You can turn off and on whatever you need. And I'm going to go from here to here. And here to here. Now, as far as the rest, let's start this C shape where we come from here down to here. And let's come back from here to here to here. Now, this line, remember I said comes back a whole inch. So let's offset that back the 1 inch. And let's go from here, here. And let's put this line in. Well, there we are with this so far. Now remember, we got some hidden lines in here, okay, because there's holes. So here we go with the hidden line. See this hole down here? See this red line? It's doing absolutely nothing here. This represents our hidden line. See this hole up here? It's representing down here. So I'm going to put the hidden line. That drawing's done. Okay? Now, that's our first drawing. So let's come over and let's start our second. And we're going to do the same thing over that we did with this. Okay? We are going to do our X, our length, our X, our width, our Y, our height, our Y, our width. Now remember, you have this on a sheet of paper, so you should have this with you at your computer. Okay? So let's go ahead and come over to here. I'm going to put myself in the red layer. I'm going to do an offset. I want to do L for layer. I want it to be my current layer for it being red. So my X measurement is 1.58. I'm going to take here and come over. And I'm going to do my Y, which is 0.73, which I'm coming here. I'm going to fill it. My top line and my side line. Now notice it's not crossing anything else, so I'm good to go. So now with this one, let's work on my front view. What I'm going to do is just go back and refer to this, and you'll have the paper to refer to. I'm going to start down here. See how this is one block here and one block up? I'm going to cut that out. This is coming up 1, 2.5 blocks. So a half a block is worth 0.125. So 2.5 is going to be 0.625. Then look over here. We've got this coming in 1 block, 2 blocks. So this is coming in 0.5. Okay? So I threw a lot of measurements at you, but I did that because I can't keep referring back and forth. So I'm just going to get you going. You have your paper. You know you can pause this. All right. So my length is 2 inches. I'm going to take here and come over. My next one is going to be my X, which is 1.58, which is going to be here and over. My next one is going to be my width, which is 1.25, which is going to be here and over. Now, I've already done my Y, so now I'm going to do my height, and my height is 1.25, which is going from here and up. And now I'm going to do my Y, which is 0.73. And now I'm going to do my width again, and my width is going to be 1.25. So I'm going to take this and come up. Now, I can draw my 45-degree line, or I can be lazy. And look, I already got a 45 here. I can copy it from here and put it over here. I can come in here, and I'm only going to do this another one time. I don't think I need to do it over and over again, but this is my front view, and I'm just doing this so you can see it. This is not something you have to do. I just want you to be aware of what your views are, okay? So I have that set. So let's start in on our front view here. We spoke about that earlier, so I'm going to come in and put myself in the object layer. I'm going to do my offset of 0.25. I'm going to use my red line and come up. And you know what? I forgot something. Let's go do this the proper way. Let me delete that. Let's go offset, L for layer, and I want it to be the source. And I've got my 0.25. So let's bring this here and go up from the edge and in, from the edge and in. And I'm going to draw this so you can see it, so it's not going to get too confusing. If you don't need it drawn immediately, you can do that at any time. I don't mind. There's more than one way to do this correctly. Okay, so there's that little area I was showing you before. Now let's offset up. Remember, it was 2.5, 0.625. I'm going to take from here and go up. And I'm going to take and do my line from here to here. And here to here. And now that area that goes in was 0.5. So I'm going to offset my 0.5. Take this and come in, and this and come in. And I'm going to do my line from here to here to here to here, here, and here. My drawing's completely done. That's this one up here. There's my front. Now my side, I have a big rectangle and another big rectangle. And notice there's that hole cut, so we're going to have a hidden line over there too. So let's come over here. If you look at it already, the drawing's pretty much done for you. From here to here, and a simple line across. I can get my snaps working. From here to here. See that red line? That's going to represent a hidden line. So I'm going to come back to that one shortly. Now, top view. I have 3 rectangles. Rectangle, a box, and a rectangle. So let's come back up here. It's already done for us. Here's our rectangle. Now we're going to have a line. See this edge right here? This is going to be our solid line. See this right here? This is going to be our solid line. Now I'm going to drop myself into the hidden layer. And I'm going to do my next lines. Line here to here. And I'm going to have my line here to here. And let's not forget about the line over here. How do you like that? It jumped to the wrong thing. I'm having mouse issues today. So there we go. So there's that one completely done. Okay, hopefully you're picking this up, and probably some of you are either not even watching or listening anymore. It really doesn't matter. But as long as you got the idea. So let's come down to this one. Okay, this view here is this guy right here. In our front, you're going to see this big rectangle to the side here, right there. This backwards L and this square. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm using the same formula, my X, my Y, and then of course X length, X width. So let's come down here and let's start. Offset, L for layer. I want it to be my current layer, which is the red. And my X is going to be 1.58. I'm going to take this one here. And my Y is going to be 0.73. And I'm going to fill it here to here. And I'm going to trim. I'm not hitting the space bar. I'm grabbing both format lines because I don't want this line floating up through here, and I don't want this one over here. Okay, so on this one here, let's start off. So let's go to our length. Our length is 2.25. And we're going to take here to here. Our X is going to be 1.58. It's going to be here to here. And our width is going to be 1. It's going to be here to here. We already have our Y, and now we're going to go ahead and do our height. Our height is 1.5, and we're going to go from here up. We're going to do our Y again, which is 0.73, which is here, up. And then we need our width, and our width is going to be our 1. So I'm not going to highlight our views again, but I just want you to make sure this is our front, this is our side, this is our top. So with that, I am going to go ahead and take and put in our 45-degree line here. I'm going to tab over and do 45. Now, looking at this front, let's come here and let's get this big rectangle first. So I'm going to put myself in the object layer, and I'm going to do my offset, and I count it back. It's 2 boxes, so it's 0.5. And I'm going to come back here, and I did it again, guys. It's offset, L for layer, and this time I want it to be source, and do my 0.5. So I'm going to go from here over, and I'm going to come in here and put in my rectangle here. Okay, I'm going to look at that little box that's up here, and it's right here. You see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in, and 1, 2, 3 blocks down. Okay, so I'm going to do this offset 1. I'm going to come in from here, in, and I'm going to go 3 down, which is 0.75. And I can put that little block in. And then I just have to put in my extra lines that I left out here. And here. Okay, now my side view. When you're looking at your side view, you're going to see 2 large rectangles. And that'll be this one here and this one here. So these are both 0.2 boxes, so it'd be 0.5 on each one. So let's do this and go offset 0.5. Let's go from here to here. And let's do this. Let's make our rectangle from here to here. And let's do our line from here to here. And this is showing us where that hidden line is. So I can take the time and jump over here real quick, do my hidden layer right here to here, and put myself back in my object. Now, once again, you see I've got 3 lines up here. I just need to copy, and I can copy this top one from the intersection to this intersection right here. Now, let's take a quick peek at what it looks like on the top view. I've got a rectangle here, and I got this weird stubby looking T, as Taramina said. So it's a stubby looking T. And there's an open spot here. So let's come over to here. And pretty much our whole entire drawing is done for us. So let's go from here to here. And let's do our line from here to here, over to here. And we got to stop here because there's an open spot. And there's our stubby looking T. And that's it. That's the third one done. Okay, so let's put ourselves in the red layer for the last one. And let's start with our offset. Let's make sure we do the L for layer, and we want it to be our current layer. And on this one, we're going to do our X is 1.58. And let's take this line here to here. And let's do our Y, which is 0.73. And let's take from here up. Let's fillet it here. And let's trim. And we only have to trim this one up here. I just don't want it interfering with this drawing. So I got rid of it there. Now let's look at this one real quick. Remember, we're going to be doing our X length, X width, X, Y height, Y width, Y. It's all right there. You have those papers in your little hands. Okay, we're going to see a rectangle, and it looks like 2 squares sitting up on top of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on next. So let's come over here and get our X's and Y's done. Offset. Our length is going to be 1.75. And that is this one here. to here. Our x is going to be 1.58. And then our width is going to be 1.5. Now we've got our y, and let's do our height. Our height is 1 inch. So we're going to come, y is coming from here up. And then we have our, oops, that was our height. Our y was here, this was our height. Now our y, as I'm getting tired, is coming here. And then from there, we're going to do our width. And our width on this is going to be 1.5. And we're going to take from here to here. So now we have that set up. So now we need to go ahead and take a look and see what we need to do again with those objects. So our front view, we had that rectangle and those two boxes. So that rectangle went up 0.5. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and put ourselves in the object layer, and let's do our offset, and let's do our L for layer, and 0.5. Let's zoom in here. Oops. We want to do the source, 0.5, and we're going to take here, up, here, in, here, in. And what that's going to look like, because I did it a little quick for you, I did the first bottom right here. And then I went ahead and did them at the same time. And you guys are going to find your shortcuts, what makes sense to you. You're going to start seeing this a whole lot easier. So as you're seeing it, it becomes easier. You might find these shortcuts that you're going to do where it's like, I don't need to waste my time doing this or that. So there's our front view. Okay, let's look at this side view. If you look at it, we're going to see this like backwards L shape right here, but you got a hole back there, so remember that. So that point, didn't even bother counting how far it came out. 1, 2, 3, so that's a 0.75. So let's go offset, 0.75, and we're going to go from here over. So we're going to come in here with our line, and we're going to start going here to here, here to here. Okay, with that, and I think I actually drew an extra line in there. Yep, sure did. I'm going to come in here and go to my hidden lines, and I'm going to put in my hidden right here to here. This is telling me I got a hole back here, okay? So here I come up to here, and I can copy again my 45, or I can draw my 45, whatever works for you. And I want to show you this. Check this out. My 45 is not reaching, so I don't know if it's correct. So you know what? I can always go and extend and say, hey, extend it to there. And it matched perfect, so I know I'm correct. So now I can go and copy this line and put it at this intersection here. Before I was trimming, I don't always have to trim. You start finding out what makes things easier for you. There's my object. I'm going to see one big rectangle, and I'm going to draw my lines in there. And there we go. There's my views, plain and simple. So when you get that done, I hope you remember everything is based off of this formula over here. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Okay? So what I'm going to do real quickly so you can see a little bit better, I'm going to freeze off some lines. Now you're not going to do this, but I just want you to be able to see it. So you can see what those views look like and see how it's all centered up. Everything looks correct. So, of course, you're not going to have frozen them like I did, but you're going to go up there and you're going to restore your layer states. You're going to put the proper dates. You're going to put the proper drawing number. And oh, by the way, this is Ortho 1. And hopefully this is going to help you out. So I hope you'll use this one and remember all the formulas. You have them, please use them. And hopefully this will make things a lot easier for you. So if you are still having problems, please let me know. I will work with each one of you individually. And hopefully that'll take care of everything we need. Okay? All right. Well, I'm tired. It's time to go home. All right, bye.